Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining our live session today. My name is Larissa. I'm an event planner at Reactor joining you from Brazil. Before we start, I have some quick housekeeping. Please take a moment to read our code of conduct. We seek to provide a respectful environment for both our audience and presenters. While we absolutely encourage engagement in the chat, we ask that you please be mindful of your commentary, remain professional and on topic. This session is being recorded and will be available to view on demand here on the Reactor YouTube channel within 48 hours. Keep an eye on the chat. We'll be dropping helpful links and checking for your questions. I will now turn it over to our host and our speaker for today. So let's welcome Bethany and Junjin.
Yeah, thank you so much for the warm welcome. For today's session, we'll be talking about how you can get started with Microsoft Foundry. My cat is so interested in the session. I hope you are as well. You can let us know where you're joining us from and also what are your expectations for the session. But we'll begin by introducing the speaker. So our speaker for today is Junji. Yes.
Hi.
Hello, hi, Junji.
Hello, Bethany.
Yeah, so Junji is a senior product manager in the Foundry Toolkit team. So the one who's working behind the scenes, ensuring everything is good, all the new asks that you might have. So if you have an ask, maybe today is the right place to say it. But yeah, so over to you, Junji. You can do a little introduction and then we'll get into the session.
Yeah. Hi, hello, everyone. My name is Junjie Li. I'm a product manager on Microsoft Foundry platform. I primarily look after for developer experiences. That includes the Foundry Toolkit, which is an extension on Visual Studio Code. And we're covering like agentic coding experiences as well. We have developed Foundry MCP servers, Foundry skills that are all designed to help and facilitate your day-to-day development while you are using any coding agents, including GitHub Copilot or Cloud Code or Codex, whatever coding agents you are using, and we want to ensure like you have best developer experiences. Yes, that's about myself. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much. So I think you can get started with, I know the biggest question is, what exactly is Microsoft Foundry and why should anyone even care about this session? So you can start us over from there.
Yes, of course. So I have actually prepared a little deck so we can start with introductions to Microsoft Foundry. Let me share my screen. So let me know if you are able to see the screen.
Yeah, the screen is good. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. I want to use this deck because like Foundry is a very complex platform, and I want to give a brief introduction to what Microsoft Foundry is and what the platform can offer you and what you can do with the Microsoft Foundry platform. So in a very high level nutshell, so Microsoft Foundry, it used to be Azure AI Foundry. It was part of Microsoft Azure cloud offering. And then later, as the agentic AI kind of age starts to grow, and then we move the Foundry out of Azure, but it's still part of the Azure platform overall. But it's branded on its own, and the core idea is that we want to make a platform as a service to help with all of your needs on AI app and agent development requirements. So from our product perspective, like we position Microsoft Foundry as the AI app and agent factory. So you come into Foundry, that Foundry enables you to build everything you want in either like the application powered by AI capability or its entire AI agent that you are building for. So this is a Microsoft Foundry on a very high level overview. So we know that Microsoft Foundry is designed to build for AI app and also AI agents. But what underneath, it kind of consists of a couple different things. So first of all, it's like entirely spanning across in the cloud and also in the edge devices as well. And then we have, of course, the core of the Foundry platform is called Foundry Agent Service. So it is a runtime and a service that help host your AI agents. So you can upload your agentic workloads in the Foundry, run it in the cloud. So Foundry kind of manages everything, the runtime, the control, the observability, everything for you. That's the one core part of the Foundry, which we will be talking a lot more in later of the session. So the next part is obviously about models, which was the primary business of Microsoft Foundry. So starting the AI age, like back in a couple years, I think we have seen a lot of applications are modernizing themselves with agentic or AI capabilities, and all of that needs to be powered by a model. So Foundry offers a very wide collection of models that can be hosted on the Foundry cloud, and then you can run your AI workloads in the Foundry. And next part is called IQ. That's a terminology that we use on Microsoft. The IQ is more or less a contextual layer of your AI apps and the agents. So we both know that when you're building for AI apps or agents, the context really matters for the agent to obtain additional, either knowledges or contexts. So we'll talk about the IQ layers that Microsoft offer in a bit as well. The first part is about tools. So these are the tools. These are not developer tools per se. This is more about the tools that you gave for your AI apps or the agents, so they can interacting with the real world or they can be more powerful. So this is we're talking about like MCP servers and skills, etc. And last part is machine learning workloads that can entirely run on your local devices. So in an overview, this is Microsoft Foundry. Yeah, I'll pause here a little bit to see if anyone wants to raise a question before I dive deeper to the platform.
Yeah, thank you so much for the intro. There's no question, but I wanted to shout out Alberto, who's joining us from Bogota, and Ravi, who's joining us from India. Thank you so much. If you want to share where you're joining us from, do so. And also, if you have any question, leave them on the chat, and Junji will be here to reply. And I think I should have mentioned this when we started. This is a part of our series. So this is the introductory part of the series on Foundry Toolkit. So we need to first lay the groundwork of what exactly is Microsoft Foundry and then build on that so that you can be able to understand what Foundry Toolkit is before you get hands-on. So yeah, back to you, Junji.
Yeah, thank you, Bethany. I just want to, because I cannot see the audience here since I'm presenting, but I just want to say if there's any questions, pop up in the chat, and Bethany will be able to help like bringing those to me. Yeah. So I think I can, go deeper a little bit. So now that we know like the Foundry platform, it kind of spans across like hosting your agent on the cloud, hosting the models that you are using, adding contextual layers, and also giving the tools for your agents so it can be more powerful. So now let's take some closer looks. First of all, I want to start with Foundry models. So Foundry models actually is super powerful. Literally, like on Foundry platform, any kind of model that you can think of is available in Foundry. So Foundry offers like a kind of model as service business, like whatever the model you are thinking of. Like for example, the frontier model in the United States, like the OpenAI family of models, the cloud family of models, they are all available in Foundry, but there is having some like regional availability issues. Like some are not might not be available in your region, so it kind of depends on the availability. But I would say like most models will be available to you or a region that's closer to you. And it's not just like all those frontier models. There are also a lot of open weights models like the DeepSeek, and also some models from open weights community as well, like Chen1, Minimax, all those AI models that you might or might not be familiar with. They are all over there in the Foundry, and there are a lot more to those well-known models. Like if you are working on a specific task or cases that require open models from Hugging Face, or maybe specific tasks that you are thinking of or optimizing for, there might be a model for you. So from here, I want to share something more practical Yeah, this is screen. So this is the Foundry portal on the website. The webpage is ai.azure.com, and it is showing my project. So I can show you like how easy it is, to actually deploy a model and then use it in the real time. So you can see like my region is provisioned in the East US. So I nearly have all the models available for me, like starting from latest GPT 5.60 model to Cloud Opus 5. And then like we can see there are also a lot of collections you can browsing from. For example, the Hugging Face has all the models like open weights models from popular providers like from Google and also some labs from China as well, the Minimax, the Chen1 that I mentioned. And also we partner with the Firefox that also provides direct access to some of the open weights model, like for example, Kimi, and for example, the DeepSeek ones. So you can literally use any models in the Foundry. So for example, let me probably provision one DeepSeek model. Yeah. So I can search for DeepSeek and choose one thing that might fit my needs. So for example, my recent favorite is DeepSeek V4 Flash because it's super efficient and super cost friendly. So I can simply do a deployment from here with whatever settings I want, like SQ's capabilities. And then just like this, so you are able to chat with the model on the Foundry portal. So one more thing I want to mention on the model part is coming to today's primary topic, which is a product that our team has been focusing on, is developer experiences. So I want to introduce to the audience here that we offer developer experiences in the Visual Studio Code. There is the extension called Foundry Toolkit. So you can tell from the name that it's kind of the tool, the go-to tool that you want to use if you are building or developing on the Foundry platform. And what I have shared, like in the Foundry portal, you can also use it directly in the Visual Studio Code. Like we offer a similar model catalogs, and from here you can you can do model deployment as well, similarly to what you do on my web page. But all of that experiences has been brought seamlessly into the VS Code just to facilitate your day-to-day works. And you can see I have, like in the same project, I just the model I just provisioned will appear here, and I can test with this in the Visual Studio Code extension. Yeah, and one more cool thing that we can do, like the Visual Studio Code extension is not just a replicate of the Foundry portal. So from here, there are much more things that you can. Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, that you can do. So like, for example, you can choose view code option, which will give you a code snippets of like how you can, initiate an API call, to the model that you just provisioned using popular agent framework. Our extension will help you, populate all the details that you need to use, like the deployment name or Foundry project endpoint. So it gives you like a working code snippets. Yep. So from here is everything about Foundry models. I think I spent a little bit of time here because I think that's the foundation for anyone who is building on Foundry. That model is sort of the first thing that you will need. Choosing the model is not a trivial task right now because like you have to balance the business needs, the cost, and also token efficiency. And now we are more and more seeing these terminologies about like token economy, like are the models yielding enough for a actual business outcomes. So Foundry is tasked to do just this. So you can choose a model that fits you. We have like leaderboards, like model comparison, all of those features available in the toolkit and in the Foundry portal to help you choose the model that really fits for you. So yeah, that's enough about models. But again, feel free to stop me if you have any questions. But I'll move on to the next part.
Yeah, there's a question, but I think we can wait until, because it's about workflows. So we can wait until you reach that point, right?
Oh yeah, we can leave that towards the Q&A session as well.
Yeah. Okay, you can continue.
Yeah. So let me share a little bit more. Like after introduction to models, this is what I really want to share about the Foundry agent platform. So the AI agents kind of exploded since like Cloud Code. So everybody gets to know that AI cannot just do, cannot only just do like chats to answer questions. It can actually perform tasks, like it can do things end to end. So this is what we want to call like the Foundry as the agent platform. So you have your agent runtime, like you develop an AI agent with Foundry using Foundry models, and you kind of orchestrate the agent's plan, act, observe, etc. Like all the runtime things. You can host the agents entirely on the Foundry, so it has all the things built in, like the computing, the storage, the memory, everything you need. And also, what also makes Foundry different is like you also have all these tools, like building agents nowadays. You get help with AI, so building is not the most difficult part, but you want to make sure your AI agent can really complete the task or yield like actual business outcome. So how do you want to continue to improve your agent, making sure like it's doing the job it's tasked for? We call that evaluation. So that becomes really important. So Foundry is kind of this entire end-to-end platform that helps you, like you can build with the help GitHub Copilot or other coding agents as well. And then you host the runtime. You can do continuous optimization and improvements. And lastly, you can distribute to multiple channels. Like you can do your agent as web apps or APIs or whatever forms you want for an end user. But if you are deeper in the Microsoft ecosystem, you can also distribute your agents to Teams and Microsoft 365 Copilot. So your agents might be getting even closer to where your actual end users are working. So this is the agent platform. And on top of that, a really important layer of the agent is what I mentioned, like the context. So we call it Microsoft IQ platform. So it really consists of 4 different kind of contexts that you want to give to your AI agent. So for starters, I think right now nearly every agent might want WebIQ. So it's similar to web search, so that your agents is not limited to the data or knowledge that it's trained on or trained before. It also has all the latest knowledges on the on the open web, and the other 3 are unique to Microsoft. So first one is called WorkIQ. So if you are building agents that your end user is also in Microsoft ecosystem using Microsoft 365. So you want to give your agent access to all the Microsoft 365 contacts, your emails, your Teams messages, your documents, and all that can be accessed through WorkIQ. So, and on the middle 2 might be also used when towards a more business-centric use cases. For example, if your business entities, your business data are located in the Fabric, so you can bring Fabric data into Foundry agents as well. And the Foundry IQ is essentially a custom knowledge base, so you can literally upload any documents content to the Foundry, and the Foundry IQ can bring that knowledge to the agents you are building as well. So that kind of wraps up for introduction to the Foundry platform overview. So maybe I can still pause here a little bit to see if there's any question.
No new questions, but again, we've had more people joining in. So if you've just joined in, this is an introductory session, part of a series. And if you have any questions, you can pop them on the chat and we'll be here to answer for you. Back to you, Genji.
Yeah. Welcome the new folks who joining. So just to wrap it up a little bit, I kind of used this couple minutes to share about what Foundry is and what we can do with the Foundry. So I touched the base a little bit about models and the agent platforms. So from next on, I think what I will do is it's more practical and dive really deeper into the developer tools and developer spaces. So today I really want to showcase a end-to-end experiences. How do I really build an AI agent in Microsoft Foundry? So from here, I'm going to switch to Visual Studio Code. For the folks who haven't seen this, I cover that Foundry Toolkit is an extension in the Visual Studio Code. If you are building or developing AI apps or agents for Foundry, this is a tool that you can go to. And I briefly shared on the kind of foundation for building AI apps or agents is that you want to start with a model. Model would be everything that you have to be dependent on. So from here, you can see I have deployed a couple models on the Foundry, and in the Foundry Toolkit, you have access to all those resources that you deployed, and from here, you can quickly test if the model is responding to you in the Visual Studio Code extension directly. Yeah, because I'm sharing my screen, so the network becomes a little bit tricky here, but usually it's super fast. Yeah. So from here, I can show you the experiences I took while building a agent end to end. Yeah. The first kind of stage towards building AI agents, I think obviously is where do I start? I have heard there are a lot of frameworks I can use. You probably might have heard about long chain, long graph, Those are popular frameworks outside of Microsoft. And in Microsoft, you probably have heard like AutoGen, Semantic Kernel, and now Microsoft Agent Framework. You might wonder, like, do I have to really choose one? Like, how do I build a framework that I want without, like, locking myself in? Like, does Foundry only support one or two frameworks that I'm using? So the answer to that is no. So Foundry is a cloud agent runtime hosting platform. So you can actually use any kind of framework you want, to build your AI agents. There is absolutely no lock-in. And then secondly, for my agents to be useful, I usually need to ground like my agents on the company knowledge. But do I really need to spend like 6 months or so just to do their back, to embed all the knowledges into the agent? That doesn't fit for my POC scenario. Like, I don't have this much time to build that. And lastly, like, I know like building or getting to a prototype is kind of becomes easier nowadays with the help of the AI. Yeah, thanks to all the coding agents out there. But now I want to ensure my agents are actually, performing or completing the tasks. I want it to be governed, and then I want to see like the token is spent. I want to give continuous monitoring. I want the agents to be continuously improving. So how do I do that? Does that mean I need to develop everything myself? Yeah. So I want to tell you that so Foundry kind of addresses all these developer concerns. There's an important concept I want to call it here, like it's called hosted agents. So I'm going to skip a lot of parts where like you are building like low code AI agents. You have probably seen that like you define some kind of prompt and then apply it on an AI model. So you can, or like adding some MCP servers to that. And probably that is a very low cost way of building AI agents. But today, the sharing will be focused on the hosted agents. So when we see hosted agents, it's more about like a lot of professional developers are doing today, that you are still building a custom code agents with any kind of agent framework. And Foundry offers you all these things that I've shared before, like absolutely no vendor locking for framework selections, and all the runtime capability, like adding tools, adding knowledges. And at last, like Foundry offers complete observability and governance capability. So from here, I think enough about the presentation. So now I am going to, another screen. Yeah, now I'm going to share a little bit about how do I actually start building an AI agent. So this is the Foundry Toolkit view that you are seeing inside the Visual Studio Code. I have already had like a running agents, and you can see from here that I have Copilot help me build this agent as well, which I will share a bit later. But for now, for now, the primary view that you wanna to focus on is on the developer tools section. Like we have a build section. These are all the tools that you need, to getting started with building an agent. So there's a page called Create Agent. Like I mentioned before, so there are two kind of primary ways that you can build an AI agent. One is entirely managed by Foundry, that you can build a sort of low-code agent. But today, we are going to focus on the like using custom code approach to build an agent, so that you have full control over the agents that you are building, and you have full flexibilities to build that. So from here, we can see we offered several options. As I mentioned earlier, like Foundry is provides like a no vendor locking for whatever frameworks that you want to use to orchestrate your AI agents. But we can start with like Microsoft Agent Framework. It's already a very powerful agent framework to orchestrate like multi-agent workflows, to orchestrate complex agents, and even to leverage the built-in harness capability. And we can also use GitHub Copilot SDK so that your agent is built on top of the same brand and harness that GitHub Copilot is using. And also we are also offering like a starter templates or samples that you can start with LangGraph if you are already a LangGraph user, that you have agents running or built with LangGraph, but you want to use like Foundry's platform to manage the runtime and manage the hosting for you. So you can also from there. Yeah, actually from here, I can go from like a view all samples. So this offers a really wild collection of all the starter samples that you can use. So you can choose like whatever programming language you like, whatever framework you like. And we offer different like agent protocols. So I want to explain a little bit here. So usually if you are unsure like what kind of agent protocol that you want to be developing for, I would suggest you go with response protocol. That's the most common protocols most of the agents will be using. So it's kind of a chat-based or agentic AI agents will be using. And there are other protocols like the invocation ones. Invocation protocol is really best for webhook or job-based or trigger-based AI agents that doesn't have like human UIs. And then the invocation with WebSocket is more designed for real-time streaming. So for example, if your agents have voice capabilities, and then you want to do it in live without like handling interruptions, that would be what you want to go. And lastly, the activity protocol has deeper integrations to the Teams platform, where like Teams is sending a set of activities and your agent are reacting based on activities it received from Teams platform. Yeah, but response would be most cases that you would go for. And from here, like you can browse a set of samples. It's really everything you will need. Like if you are thinking about building some tools with MCP, and your agent is kind of a React-based, like a reason and then act-based kind of agents. So you can use that. And if your agent has some knowledge that you need to use, remember in the deck that we say like you don't have to spend 6 months just to do knowledge embedding on building for Foundry agents. There are starter templates offered for you just to do that job. So yeah, let's see. So from here, once you have started with decided with whatever scenario you want to do, you can do create from here, and you can see that the Foundry Toolkit has already kind of pre-populated the model for me. This are all the models that I deployed on my Foundry project, this one. But if you don't have Foundry project set up right now, that is also okay. So you can do skip for now and then continue to create your project. Yeah, just for today's demo purposes, I kind of already had, I'm going to close this. I kind of already had a project that's been created. So this is a Microsoft Agent Framework agent. So it's called a data processing harness and use the response protocol. So basically, the data processing harness is an agent that are written in the agent framework, and then it can use a built-in harness to read files, read CSV files, process that data, and generate insights. So what else Foundry Toolkit offers, like from the code from the source code we can see here is like all of the samples are equipped with the nice VS Code integration, so that all these agents can be launched locally into an interactive view called Agent Inspector. This is right here. So this is reacting to the agents that's running locally. So you can see it's connecting to my localhost 8088 port. So we can chat with agents. Yeah, I'm just to be safe. So I have already pre-populated some chats so we can take a look at what the agent inspector can do. But if you want to do that, you can just navigate to the agent inspector view from here. And also you can do the launch from here as well. So yeah, let's do that. Hello. Do a very simple prompt. Yeah, but as I mentioned, the network might be a little bit slow, but you can see like the agent can respond me with the response, and so in that way we know like the agent is up and running, and also it's working correctly. So what Agent Inspector offers you is not just about this playground. So it offers you nice views that you can dive deeper into what the agent is doing. So it has this latency waterfall for you to be able to tell like, yeah, maybe I should run it with more conversations, so we'll be able to see more details. But the idea is like all these views here designed is just to help you understand how your agent is performing, how your agent is doing, anything you want to improve during your local development. Yes, I do have asked Copilot, a example prompt to use. So let me just use that and see how the agent will respond. Yep. Now this is a little bit more complex prompts. So in the agent that I have here, so I do have a CSV file that contains a bunch of data, and then I want it to analyze this sales data. So it kind of locates the CSV file, doing file access. And then the agent has already gotten the file, so it starts to read the data set, and then it gives me the analysis for the overall sales data, total sales grouped by region and grouped by different products, and there are trend analysis. This is all coded in the agents, and from here, like in the agent inspector, you will be able to see the latency waterfalls. So like if you having issues that your agent is not performing well, so you can see where the bottleneck is, and it's also grouped by different terms. And from the tool call, so you can see whether there's a failure and why would that be. So agent inspector from here is designed to help you with just that task. So that is the build stage. Yep.
We have a ton of questions.
Yeah, Basil.
Yeah, we have
Sorry.
questions. Yeah, good. So we have questions. The first one is from Pathways, and they're asking, do I need an Azure subscription if I'm using the Foundry Toolkit for VS Code? Like, what are the different alternatives if, let's say, I don't have an Azure subscription?
Okay, so first of all, the Foundry Toolkit itself, like to download and to explore the toolkit itself, you do not need a subscription at all. But I have to say, most of the features in the Foundry Toolkit, are related to Microsoft Foundry platform. So, for example, if you are if you just want to take a look what Foundry what models Foundry offer, like for you to access this page, this is absolutely fine. You don't need a subscription. But whenever you choose to deploy a model from here, then we will ask you for a subscription because it will the model will be deployed to your subscription owned by you. And also similarly for AI agents, like if you are from here, like if you wanna build the AI agents, testing it locally, you absolutely don't need a model right now. But once you want to run the agents, you probably need a model endpoint at some time. So at that time, like you will be required for a Foundry subscription. Yeah, but the toolkit itself is free to use.
Yeah, I think I can also add some of the models. You can be able to bring your own custom model, or also Foundry Toolkit, right? No, Foundry Local, right? If you want to just explore the models, right?
Yeah, exactly. So Foundry Toolkit does offer you the capability, like if you have your model and if you happen to have like the OpenAI compatible endpoint, you can bring it here. Like Foundry Toolkit can load that model for you, no problem. And also like also like Bethany shared, we do have a collection of Foundry local models. Yeah. I didn't mention that because like I just want to be cautious. Like all those local models require, powerful kind of a machine to run them. So you may not have the best experiences as compares to cloud models because all those inferencing are happening in cloud in the Foundry data centers.
Yeah, true. And then we have one last question from Islam. They're asking, can I connect to an Oracle database and query data, then modify the data and push it back to the database?
Connect to what database?
An Oracle. The Oracle.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So there's absolutely ways to do that. My first instinct, I haven't done it myself, but my first instinct is that if you have some services that connects to the database, and then your agent want to write or read from that, you can also do that either via I think you can do that via MCP servers. Basically, so you can see from here. This page is called the tool catalog. Because your agents interacting with data or external systems through MCP servers, so there are absolutely things you can do. Things designed for to help you just do that. So Foundry has a kind of a built-in MCP servers if you wanna connect to Azure Databricks or Microsoft Dataverse, and also I think there are Cosmos DB and other database as well. But for like Oracle database specifically, you might want to spend some time to either find a solution with Oracle database MCP server to use, or maybe just develop a light layer as custom MCP yourself, and from there you can hook it up with your AI agents. So there are absolutely ways for the agents you develop on Foundry that can interact with Oracle DB.
Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you so much. So you can go ahead, and then there's 2 more questions I think you'll answer in the next iteration of, yeah.
Okay, so let me go ahead, and then maybe we can also answer the questions in the Q&A session.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just a quick recap, for the first and foremost stages to build an AI agent. So there are a couple of things you need. Foundry Toolkits from here is a generally available tool so that you can use in the Visual Studio Code. And then there are Microsoft Agent Framework, the SDK that you can use. It comes with all the samples in the Foundry Toolkit. And we kind of touch base a little bit about the MCP servers more conceptually, but Foundry offers something called the toolboxes, where you can, these are exposed as MCP endpoints that you can connect to your AI agents. And all of this is something I want to share is called Foundry Skills. So what oh, sorry, it's another window. Yeah, all of your development tasks can be accomplished to use the Foundry skill. So from here, I want to share another example. Is called the observability. So remember in the intro decks that we mentioned that you can build your Foundry agents. Foundry can manage the runtime for you, but then you will be able to need to operate over these agents, making it better and continuously optimizing them. So this is where I want to introduce the Foundry skill, the coding agent setup, and also observability all come together a little bit as well. So let me share. Oh yeah, there's just too many screens. Let me close a few of them. Yeah, so from here, like you can see, this is my GitHub Copilot window. Let me maximize it. So I want to know like how my agent are like after development. Obviously, I want to know is my agent performing well, like how it will, because all of the things are now the tasks are delegated to AI, so it's kind of a non-deterministic logic. So I want to use a approach to tell whether my agent is doing good or not against a set of prompts or predefined test cases. So here I'm prompting GitHub Copilot to use Foundry skill to set up evaluation for this agent, the data processing agent that I just created, and I have already deployed to the Foundry on the cloud as well. So I want to evaluate the overall effectiveness of the agent, and here are some information about the agent, and here are some instructions. Yes, don't worry. This seems a complex prompt, but actually, like in the Foundry Toolkit, we have features to help you with that. So I am opening a host agent playground. This is different to the agent inspector. Agent inspector is more for you to interact with agents that are running locally. Once you moved to cloud, like you have decided to take it to production. So the agent framework harness agent is what I have deployed already. So you can actually see from here, like agent framework harness data processing agent. That's the same agent I'm calling here, and I'm navigating to evaluation tab. So there are a couple evaluations I have already run, but if you are new from here, like you can create a new evaluation, and making sure like your agent is opened in the current workspaces, and then it will pre-populate all this prompt for you, just as the one that I did. Yeah, I'm not going to do that because it will take kind of some at least like a couple minutes, 18 or to 20 minutes to complete the evaluation job. But you can see from here, after I ran entire evaluation with the coding agent, it will help me set up the synthetic data running against my agent, and also give me a report. So, and then the same report, if you don't like the response from coding agents, there are some reports from here. It will appear in the Foundry Toolkit as well, just to give you a nice view to see everything about your evaluation. So you can download the data set from here. You can also dive deeper onto the evaluation. So this is a evaluation with all this test case. So I have asked the AI to develop a couple synthetic data set, and then it will give me a few results to tell me whether like it passed or not. And obviously you can define evaluators like the metrics, your own definition of fail or pass, and Foundry will use it will like evaluation will require an AI model to do the judge and tell like whether this pass or not. So that we have seen from here this evaluation is not very, very effective, because I kind of just scaffolded the sample and then move to deployment. I did not do anything. That's obviously just for demo purposes. But I just wanted to share that once you get evaluations, like your production data coming in, and then you can run all those evaluations, what else you really want to do is like you want to take all those data to improve your agent. So that's why we run this optimization as well. So from here, I have already run a optimization. Maybe I should share from here. Yeah, so similarly to how evaluation is run, you can create a new optimization job. And also similarly, I have been using Copilot to help me do that as well. So you can see I'm asking Copilot to use Foundry Skill to optimize my data processing agent, and it will provide a few instructions like what the agent name is, where the project is located. It all automatically detected for you. So it asks the coding agent to understand the agent code. It's going to do some some optimization runs. So I have run one optimization, and as you can see, the optimization behind the scenes are that it will run a couple different evaluations against it will change like system prompts for you. For example, you see here it changes optimize some system prompt for you, and then it has different candidates, and all those are deployed as separate versions in the cloud, and they are all being evaluated to the same data set that we are using or you are specifying, and it determines like whether this candidate performs better or not than your original ones. So from here, we can see candidate 2 kind of improves on the system prompt, and the overall score from the baseline improved kind of 16% or 17%. So from Foundry Toolkit, if you can evaluate all the changes, and if you decide to adopt it, you can directly deploy the best candidate. It will be your next production agent versions. Yeah. So I will pause here. I think we're also kind of running out of time. There is really a lot to share about building AI agents. But today I just quickly ran through an overview for the platform, and also for how you can deploy models on Portal and on VS Code, and then some very, very introductory kind of sharings about like how you can create your agent, test locally, and then once you deploy it to Foundry, and then you can continues to do evaluation optimization to build on this improvement loop for your agent. Yeah, so that's mostly about my sharing. I think so we can come to the Q&A.
Yeah. So you have 2 questions. So the first one by Devotil, I think. They're asking, can we make workflow with AI Foundry similar? I think it's Microsoft Foundry. Can we make workflows with Microsoft Foundry similar to Logic Apps?
There actually used to be, workflow canvas authoring capability in Microsoft Foundry, but I think that is still in preview, and there might be some changes. But in a short answer is I won't recommend using that at this point of time. Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like the extension has a beautiful mix of a bit of low code and a bit of code fast. So you can still build without a lot of code when you're using the extension. Okay, and then there's a question by Surya. So the question is, using Foundry Toolkit, can we do everything that we do in the Foundry web, that is Microsoft Foundry portal, or the toolkit has any limitations?
I'm sorry, Bethany. I kind of lost a little bit.
So the question is, can you do everything you can do on portal using Foundry Toolkit, or are there any limitations?
Oh yeah, there is a little bit. What I want to see is like a Foundry Toolkit on the Visual Studio Code extension is positioned slightly different than Foundry Portal. Portal is best for like where you want to explore models or you build like low code agents, so you can and also for the admin to do all the governance and the monitoring stuff. While Foundry Toolkit on Visual Studio Code extension is kind of more best for professional developers to build code-based AI agents. On the code-based AI agents, Foundry Toolkit is actually more powerful. But on some other aspects, there are certain limitations. So for example, like on building the low-code prompt-based agents, there are certain features like adding memories or attaching guardrails are not supported yet in the Foundry Toolkit. But we are, like developers' interests are our best interest. If there are demands, we can certainly add parity features in the Visual Studio Code as well. So, but to the question that there are certain limitations that Foundry Toolkit cannot do, not 100% parity to the Foundry portal on the web.
Yeah, I find that the experiences on portal are more low-code friendly, and then the experiences on Foundry Toolkit is more of a mix, leaning more towards developers. Yeah, I think thank you so much, Junji, for the session. I think we've answered all the questions. I've shared a link on how you can download the extension. So if you want to test it out, try it out, and experiment how it is, you can use that link. And then I've also shared a link of hands-on labs that you can practice. So the idea of these sessions are to help you be able to get started with building your agent right in your VS Code. So the beauty of Foundry Toolkit is you can do everything from creating your project all the way to observability right in the same VS Code ID. You don't need to leave or do anything else, right? And then, as I mentioned when we started, this is a session part of a series. So next week we have another session on now hands-on how you can build your first AI agent. And then the next series is the third session of the series will be a multi-agent iteration of the same. So for the simple agent, it'll just be, can you create, if you're an exec like me, I struggle a lot with understanding how to communicate in an executive manner. So that will be the tool that we'll be creating, the agent that we'll be creating next week. And then a week after, the Thursday after, we'll be creating a multi-agent to help you figure out how can you tailor your resume to the job description. And we'll have the Microsoft Learn MCP server. So if you're interested to see how the MCP server for Microsoft Learn works, go ahead. I've sent the link to register for the event. So see you there. Otherwise, thank you so much, Junji. Any last words?
Yeah, not really. I hope everyone has enjoyed this session. Yes, and there are takeaways. And I hope developers building on Foundry would enjoy Foundry Toolkit. If there are any issues, there are like report issues on the product, give us some feedback or just give us some back. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm really excited to join this session, and thank you a lot, Bethany.
Yeah, thank you so much, Genji. Again, if you have any feedback, follow us anywhere you want. And even in this conversation, just share with us any feedback that you might have in future. But thank you so much and have a lovely rest of your day. For us, it's
Yeah.
like 2 p.m., 3, I think, Genji, it's 8 p.m. So have a
Yeah.
nice rest of your day and goodbye.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. And thank you for the audience.
Thank you. Thank you to our speakers. Thank you, Bethany and Junji. Thank you all for joining. We're always looking to improve your experience. So if you have any feedback for us, we would love to hear what you have to say. You can find the link to our survey on the screen or in the chat. And we'll see you on the next one.